Alright guys, another day, another video. So in today's video, we're going to start building our comment screen. I'm changing up the format of these videos a bit. I'm going to make them much shorter. I think having an hour of, what's pretty dry technical material is pretty difficult to get through. So I'm going to try and make these roughly 20 minutes or so that they're more digestible. So in today's video, we're going to begin creating this screen. But in order to do that, we have to make some changes to our application because of this issue. So as you can see, if we maintain a navigation link, as shown here, within the existing navigation system, it does not work to create a brand new clean screen as we need here, right? Without the nav bar. It only embeds the view into the existing navigation system. And for this screen, the comment screen and the chat screen, that's not what we want. So in this video, we're going to learn how to build a custom navigation screen that is distinct and entirely separate from the existing navigation system. So to get that going, I've already created our base view. It doesn't do much as of right now, but it's there, and that's what was displaying here. So in order to get this going, I want to first rename this because it's going to be one of several containers. So we're going to have the tabs container for all the tab related screens. And then now we're going to have a comments container. So I'm going to bring this close together. And this guy is going to not do any styling. It's just going to be the root parent for the main view, which is going to be this guy, the comments view. So I'm just going to make sure this compiles. Now the next thing that we want to do is we will probably be using this column width across a lot of different screens. So I want to move this out and put it inside of the app so that it can be shared across our screens. So that's the first thing that I want to do. And then the next thing that we need to do is, because we now have multiple dedicated root screens, I want to create a mechanism to distinguish between those. So the tab, so I'm creating this enum, and the tab represents, the screen with all the navigation tabs. And then I'm going to call the other one we're creating today the comments. And what we're going to have in our store, because this information for obvious reasons has to be global, is we're going to have the current screen. And we'll default that to tab for now. And then we will have the previous or the last screen so that we can go back. Let's just leave that for comments. Because like I said, the new screen that we're going to be creating won't have this nav bar. And our normal nav bar has no navigation mechanism, right? So we're going to create the navigation mechanism using these enums. So the next thing we need to do is create a function that will reset the current screen enum for us. So the current screen will be saved so that it can be modified, and the current screen will become, let's fix that, will become the last screen, and the last screen will become the current screen. So whenever we need it from the store, our various screens will make a call to here so that they can bounce back to the last screen by setting the current screen to be that last screen. And the reason why doing this logic will change the current screen is because we're going to add a little bit of logic here. First, I need to create a variable for our store, and we're making this an observed object. So now our store current screen, if it is the tab, then I display the tab. If it is not the tab, since comments is presently the only other root screen that we have, I'll just do an else for now. As we build out more screens, we'll of course have additional if-else statements. So we now pass that environment object over to our roots, and we're going to make this guy take the column width as a parameter because it no longer has the geometry reader local to itself. Let me just clean this up a little bit. All right, so we just make sure this compiles. And then what we need to do is we need to update our instaclone navbar right here so that we can change the title as we please. Also, if needed, add this backwards navigation button. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's see here. So this spacer represents this empty space right here. So we're going to have to put in some sort of if-else statement so that it recognizes when it's in a screen that desires to navigate out, and then we're going to have to put that image button in here. But in order to get that going, since we are going to be using those screen publish fields from the store, we need to add the environment object. So then I also want to create the title so that it can be passed in, but it'll default to instaclone since most of the time, you know, that's what the title is going to be. Then we're going to create this new title style enum, and it's going to indicate the font type of the title. And then I want to have this to determine if to determine which of these, whether the empty space or the navigation button is what should be shown. This should have a better name. Let's call it show nav button. That makes more sense. So we need to create our enum first. Unwanted IntelliSense. All right. So now we're going to check, is this true or not? And then we're going to create a button that will call the store and set or reset, I guess in this case, reset our current screen to the desired one. So this is in the SF symbols. It's pretty much identical to the one inside of Instagram proper. And we're going to make this a 12. So this is going to be our button when we're in the comment screen. And then if we're not, we're just going to have an empty space. And let me just make sure this is running. Yeah, so as you can see, even though we did this update, we still have that empty space there. So now we're going to determine the style. And then if it's not the Instagram title, then we just do the standard style. We'll do 26 font size on this guy. All right, so then I want to check this. So in order to do that, whoops, gotta actually call it. Okay. Actually, we don't even need the column widths anymore. So I'm going to get rid of that. And the reason we don't need the column widths anymore is I found that if I make these on the outer edges flexible, and then I give this guy the thing that has the logo in the middle a fixed, it actually works pretty well. So we're going to do that. So then we go back in here. We don't need this anymore. So we're going to add our comments title. Standard. And this will be true. Let's add some padding like we have on the on our tabs screen. I think 10 should do it. Yes, we no longer need this. So this is our comment screen, the beginning of it. You can tell because we have this hello world statement here. I will just switch that to comments just to be clear where we're at. Okay, so we are in the comment screen. This is our new title. If I click this, it's because I am... So if we click this, then we go back to our main, and we don't have built out anything to send us to the comment screen as of yet. But, you know, we're eventually going to build that out. So yeah, that is it. Custom navigation, ability to have a destination screen that is completely independent of the navigation. As you can see here, we have no navigation bar, but still be able to get back to the standard navigation. So that's it. Short video, like I said. Gonna try to be more concentrated, focused, more digestible going forward, roughly 20 minutes. If the video was of value to you, like the video, share the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.